Hello Scorpio, Elsie here to do your reading for the week ahead, my psychic friends. How are you? With this week, we're going to just be looking at a couple of oracle decks. We're going to throw some tarot at it, find out what's coming up for the week ahead, and then we'll look at what's coming up a little bit further to that into the second week of February, because this week ahead is going to be the rest of January and the 1st and 2nd of February. We're going to also pull cards for the week past that into the future. Tell me about Scorpio. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Scorpio, please. We have the Turkey Spirit. What is this? We've got Give with Gratitude and Grace. Card number 61 works out to a 7. Look, when I see 7s as a reader, it's always about heaven, divine intervention. The Turkey Spirit, give with gratitude and grace. It feels like you're going to be called on to give something to someone, an organization, maybe in your workplace. It feels like you're supposed to give with gratitude and grace. The Turkey Spirit, of course, we can connect that with Thanksgiving, right? Being grateful that you've been put in a position where you have enough to share. Give with gratitude and grace. So I feel like you are someone, and of course that is you, Scorpio, right at your core, that you are kind and loving, and you are a person who is very deeply connected, whether you want to be or not, to the rest of humanity, and you have a really beautiful, what do I want to say? You have a really beautiful way of giving back to the people around you in a Scorpio way. We do have Surrender Now. We have card number 61 is a 7 again, as I said, and card number 93, that's a 12, right? And so you're supposed to listen to your gut. And so I'm going to say that, you know, don't always give to everything and everyone, because that will deplete you. It'll deplete your psychic energy. It'll just deplete you as a Scorpio, right? Not giving to everyone and everything. But it feels like with the moth spirit here that you are going to be surrendering something. So giving with gratitude and grace and surrendering something, your time, your money, something like that. So we have 12, which is your gut energy, right? Which is Piscean energy. You might have Pisces in the chart. You don't have to. But 1 and 2 is 3. It could be about a partnership or a collaboration, or that I think that you need to surrender to the process. I want to say we have the butterfly spirit. Transformation is beautiful. I love it. And that's you, right, Scorpio? You are the Death card. You are the Tower. That's your energy as well. And it feels like you're about to hit some sort of transformative time here. And it's going to require you giving of yourself in order to be able to. You might have to make some sort of a sacrifice. Let's just keep looking here. You might feel like a sacrifice at first, but I feel like when you surrender to do it, you do it with your whole heart, right from head to toe. Tell me more about Scorpio, please, in the week ahead. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Scorpio, if you're interested in a private read, you know what to do, right? Look below this video. You will find everything that you need. Click on the word more. You'll find a link to Wizio and my email address if you have any questions. We have humor. It says, I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. So that's kind of what I'm feeling is happening here. It's almost like when this shows up, give with gratitude and grace. Maybe you're kind of in an eye roll. Like, I got to help this person again, or I got to give this again, or I've got to give of myself again. And I feel like as it comes to the middle of the week next week, you're in surrender mode. You're like, you know what? I'm really grateful. I have gratitude that I'm in a position that I can give to people here. It kind of hits you in your belly. It hits you in the intuition here. And so you start feeling levity about it, feeling light, feeling like you're contributing, feeling like you're really helping. And I feel like it's an energy thing. As an energy reader, I feel like that's Scorpio at their core. We have courage here. It says, I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. So it could be something that at first doesn't make you feel good. Maybe someone asks something of you again, it feels, you know, and it feels like it's sort of I have to do this again. But then as it gets to the middle of the week, you kind of change your mind. It's like you become grateful that you can help. And I feel like there's a bit of levity that comes in the week ahead here as you look at this situation that you're being asked to give to. And it's like you come to the realization that, you know, that you're grateful. You have gratitude that you're able to help. All right. Let's take a look here. Let's get some tarot on it. Tell me about the turkey spirit here, giving with gratitude and grace. I do feel like you'll be getting some downloads, or someone will be coming to you and asking you for help. I feel like everybody's prayers are answered through another person, so I feel like you're going to be an answer to a prayer at some point here in the week ahead. We do have the King of Pentacles. It could have to do with money, Scorpio, because I feel like if I'm speaking with you and this is your reading, it's not going to be for everyone, right? It's a general reading. Keep that in mind. It's not always going to resonate with you, and that's okay too. But we have the King of Pentacles. So I feel like you are somebody who either has Earth in the chart, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It could be, doesn't have to be. But understand this could be a person or this can be an energy, right? So we have the King of Pentacles, and so I feel like I'm speaking with a Scorpio who is very fortunate, who's been very blessed in the Pentacle world. Either you have a beautiful home or a car, or you don't need for anything. It feels like you're going to be put in a position to be able to help somebody. An opportunity is going to find you, because that's who the King of Pentacles is. The King of Pentacles is the one who's stable and sturdy and grounded and dependable, and people, you know, can come to the King of Pentacles for help. And I feel like you are the King of Pentacles, that you are someone who has what you have, and then you have extra. And I feel like somebody is gonna ask you for some help. And so I feel like the universe is sort of cutting in and saying, you know what, that person could use some help, or someone is coming to you. Take it as it resonates here. When I say take it as it resonates, it's because everybody has their own perception. And understand, although I'm bringing in the energy for you, Scorpio, this reading is about your perception, because it's going to mean something different to everybody, right? Tell me about surrender now. What are we surrendering to, please? We have the Hierophant, surrendering to a lesson learned. I love that. Also surrendering to the self, surrendering to your spiritual nature. You are the leader, Scorpio, right? You are the leader. I know so many Scorpios in my own life that you know, they're the ones that are solid, right? Scorpio is solid. Scorpio always comes up with a plan. And I feel like with the Hierophant here, it tells me that this is one of the lessons that I feel is going to come to you in the middle of the week, when you go from, oh, they need help again, to, you know what, I'm just going to surrender to it. I'm just going to trust the process. And this is the lesson for you, that you don't have to ask people to follow you, Scorpio. You're someone that people follow because you are solid. You do move slow. You'd have good planning skills, right? You are psychic, and people trust your psychic intuitiveness. Tell me about humor, please. It says, I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. As you get into the end of the week here, I feel like you're feeling pretty darn good about yourself, that you followed the path. I feel like I'm speaking to someone here, a Scorpio who's very traditional. You might be a churchgoer. You might be someone who follows the Bible. You might be someone who's on a traditional type path. Tell me about humor. We have the Nine of Pentacles, right? See, so I look at the lighter side of life. So I think like by the end of the week, you're like, yeah, you know what? I do own this business. I can give back to the community. I have built myself from the bottom up. And now it's sort of like you feel like with a responsibility, because the King of Pentacles is the one who is the most settled, the one who feels the most responsible of all the kings, the one who does feel like they have a responsibility in their 3D world to take care of people around them. And I feel like you've been very fortunate in your life, if I'm speaking with you, or if you're not, you're about to come into an opportunity that is going to make you a lot of money, give you stability, very confident that things are going to lighten up for you here. Let's pull some cards for the second week of February for Scorpio. Second week of February for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Wow. We've got the Sun. I like it. It's a breakthrough. It's growth. It's happiness. It's clarity. Seeing for miles and miles, right? It's possibly, yeah, having clarity in the family over your children. It feels like it's warm, sunny, and fun. There is some sort of something that's going to surprise you, that's going to pop out. Look, it could just be that it's going to be a sunny day after it raining for weeks or snowing for weeks. And now finally the sun's going to pop out and start to melt some of that. But it feels like that right away, the Page of Cups to me feels like it is a surprise, or it's possibly for some of you, it could be new love. Yeah. It could be a new communication. Page of Cups could be a child. You're going to get some clarity for some of you about something that's going on with a child. For others of you, you're going to get some clarity on some sort of a sweet message you're going to get. It feels like it's a little bit romantic, or if it's a sweet message, it intends to go further in the romance department. Tell me what the challenge is here. Judgment. You're going to have to make a really big decision based on the clarity that you have in the moment. We'll get back to that. Tell me about the King of Pentacles, please. We have give with gratitude and grace. And the King of Pentacles would do just that. This is the person who has so many opportunities coming at them that they do end up having an overage here. We have Three of Pentacles in the reverse. We have the Nine of Cups. And we have the Queen of Pentacles. Very interesting energies here. So the Three of Pentacles in the reverse tells me that I feel like whoever wants you to share with them, whoever you're going to support in your pentacle world, is somebody who possibly isn't really doing all they can do. And I think that might be a little bit frustrating for you, Scorpio, because you are someone who always does everything that they can do, right? You're just going to get on the horse and ride it off into the ditch, and you're going to hang on because you're loyal, right? You're going to ride it off into the ditch. No matter where it goes, you're still going to hang on. I want to say that there is somebody in your life here who isn't doing as much as you are, or you perceive them as someone who's not putting enough energy in, someone who's not really kind of getting off their butt and doing their own thing. It feels like they kind of need a nudge, and it might be somebody who just really needs someone to be kind to them, to show them that there's something to look forward to. This could be a friend or someone that you know in the pentacle world. The Three of Pentacles in the reverse is maybe this person just needs a little more practice. You know, like we're not all on the same level as it pertains to our life. We're all on different levels of learning. So I feel like this person does need a little push, and they need a kindness in that push. And I think that's why the Nine of Cups is here. I think what you're doing is you're building a Queen of Pentacles. So I want to say that your ability to show up as the King of Pentacles, feminine or masculine, right? Your ability to show up as the King of Pentacles and support somebody in the 3D world is actually going to inspire someone to become the Queen of Pentacles. Now, the King and the Queen are soulmates, so this could be a friend, someone that you know in the pentacle world, someone that you work with. You're going to inspire this person to be just like you, to be grounded, and to know that there's more coming for them. You're the inspiration. So, you know, giving with gratitude and grace, I feel, is the inspiration here. And you are, I feel, going to, yeah, you're going to inspire someone to be just like you, to mirror you. Tell me about the Hierophant, please. We have the Eight of Cups. We have the Death card, which is Scorpio energy, and we have the Page of Wands. So I feel like this is a lesson learned. I want to say that the lesson is to surrender to the self, to the higher self, to surrender to whatever doctrine or dogma that you prescribe to. I feel like the universe is asking you to use your gut and make a decision to learn the lesson. And so I feel like you're being asked to make it without emotion, that you're supposed to look at the situation for what it is, make it without emotion, take the emotion out of it. Look, I feel like with the full moon here on this card, I'm looking at it out the window here. You can see I've got my drapes here. There's a window right here, and I'm looking at this full moon, and I'm looking at the one out the window here. It feels like under this full moon, you're going to learn to kind of roll it back as it pertains to your emotional energy, and you're going to deal with it in sort of a Hierophant-like energy. You're going to be the teacher. You're going to step up and be the spiritual teacher and take the emotion out of it. And what I mean by that is like not telling somebody you're just not doing enough, right? You're just not on the right path. Three of Pentacles in the reverse. We do have the Death card, and I feel like this is telling me that there is transformational energy, and you have learned a lesson with the Hierophant here. You've transformed yourself into someone who, instead of saying, you know what, if you're not going to get off your butt and do it, I'm not going to do it for you, you're going to show grace and kindness to somebody here. You're going to take the emotion out of it, but you're going to show the Nine of Cups energy. You're going to show somebody how wonderful life can be if you do get up and do it yourself. I feel like you're going to teach somebody about transformational energy. We do have the Page of Wands here, and it is about good news. Tell me about the Page of Wands here. I feel like there's some sort of message coming in that's going to cause that's going to cause good news. Now, we do have the Death card next to the Eight of Cups, so it could definitely be somebody who you've pulled away from emotionally, or someone who's pulled away from you. I feel like that situation is transforming. You're going to surrender to the situation, which means that when the call comes in, you'll answer it, or when the text comes in, you'll answer it. I feel like you're surrendering to the situation. So it feels like there is a message coming in here, and it's the end of disconnect here. Tell me about the Page of Wands. This could be a child for some of you. This child is like failure to launch, right? And you're like, come on, you got to get off your butt and do your thing. Tell me about the Page of Wands here. We got the Strength card, and we have the Star. So it is about holding back, right? It's not about giving them both barrels, right? It's about holding back and saying, you know what, I'm willing to be here to support you, and I am going to teach you how to be the Queen of Pentacles by being kind with you. So I feel like that's the transformation here, and I want to say that I might be talking to someone who might be the lecturer, who's like, I told you about that already. I told you how to do that thing, and you didn't do it, and now look what how it's turned into. So I feel like there is somebody here who I feel is going to show grace, kindness, healing, and is going to hold back when this message comes in and not give somebody the gears. I want to say, tell me about the Nine of Pentacles here. You're going to give them the lighter side, I think. The Nine of Pentacles, tell me. We've got the Ace of Pentacles, we've got the Hermit, and we've got the Six of Pentacles. Now look, it kind of takes a bit of a change, because the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse tells me you're not investing in this person. So I don't think you're going to give them a whole gob of money, is what I'm saying. I think what you're going to give them is you're going to tell them, look, I'm not going to give you the money this time, but I'm going to give you a lot of lessons. I'm going to give you some wisdom, things that I've learned. And although I feel like you will be mentoring someone or growing them into the Queen of Pentacles, I feel like you won't be throwing money at the situation. A lot of people do that in charity, right? They just write a check, they just throw the money, and you know, they don't have to go there and do the thing and look the people in the face and help them out at all. They just throw the money. And I think that's the kind of person you are. You're a person who just won't throw money at it. You're a person who's into wisdom. You have a lot of lessons. I feel like you found your light, and now that's what you're doing. That's how you're growing this Queen of Pentacles, whether this is a child or a friend or a boss or a business or a coworker. I feel like that you're not going to throw money at it. I feel like you're going to show them how to stand on their own 2 feet, how to be confident, maybe how to start a business. This is what you do. But I feel like you're going to give them wisdom, and they're going to take whatever it is that you say, and they're going to apply it in their life. The Six of Pentacles is giving reciprocity, right? So it almost feels like you're a life coach, or you're someone, even if you're not a life coach, that you have so much wisdom and so much psychic energy that people trust the things that you say. So I feel like this is possibly more than one person here that comes to you for wisdom, possibly asking financially, and rather than give them the fish, you will teach them to fish, right? So they can always feed themselves. Let's take a look at what's coming up in the second week. In the second week, what's coming up here, I do feel there is some sort of a surprise, a breakthrough of some sort that you're going to have to make a decision about. It's a big decision about either a child or something that surprises you. Someone might show up to give you a clear apology about something. We have Gemini, oh sorry, not Gemini energy, but we have Virgo and Pisces energy. We also have Leo energy there. We have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn here. We have Scorpio energy. We have Aquarius, and we have Leo. Tell me about this Judgment. So the King of Wands shows up. And so it feels like you're going to feel inspired to step forward here. Step forward possibly into making some sort of a choice that you've been waiting on. You've been waiting to make some sort of a big choice, and what you've been waiting on is inspiration. I feel like you need to feel inspired to help. You need to feel inspired to move ahead. Whatever decision you're making here, or whatever shows up with the Page of Cups here, I feel like you feel inspired to help. And when you do, it changes the trajectory of your life. You make a decision about being inspired, and in doing that, you choose to wait. You choose to wait to grow. It feels like you have a little bit of indecision, but there is some information that I feel that you're sharing with someone about how to be a leader. I want to say that you are someone who is a leader. You know, Scorpio energy in here with the Emperor, feminine or masculine. For some of you, it could be that this is a love situation, because we do have new love showing up here. That could be the Page of Cups. So we have the Ace of Cups, we have the Emperor. It feels like with the King of Swords, somebody is about to be very honest about how they feel about the situation after being in a little bit of indecision, which is the Five of Wands. We do have the Seven of Pentacles. It feels like you've been waiting to make some sort of decision, maybe about the Emperor, possibly about a Libra, a Gemini, or an Aquarius. But it feels like for some of you, it could have to do with brand new love that's coming in the future, the second week of February. There you are, there's Scorpio. It is about you, definitely. Yeah, it's something that's going to make you very happy. I really feel that whatever it is that you're offering this person in this mentorship, I feel like you're being blessed for that. It's like you've learned the lesson, the Hierophant under here. You've learned the lesson, and now you get to move on to this beautiful thing, whatever this is over here. We'll explore that further as we do readings for further into February. I'm going to go for now. Thank you so much for coming here and watching. I appreciate you, Scorpio. Thank you for all your clicks and views. I appreciate you coming here and watching. And if any of this applies to you, please tell me in the comments. I always like to know, with a little bit of confirmation, if this means anything to anyone. Thank you for your thumbs up and the way that you love in the channel. I'm going to go for now. Take care, Scorpio. Bye-bye.